one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Artist Talk. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm so glad it's Friday. I don't know about you guys, but it has seemed like a long week. I had a great week, great shows, great conversations. I'm even more excited tonight to talk with my friend Chase HUNA, saxophonist and songwriter who's our special guest tonight. But first, just a little house rules there. As you know, I need you guys to jump over to KWard Radio, my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and click right there. You see what Chase's name is right there? It's a notification bell on the YouTube. Go back, watch the shows, watch the replays, share, and enjoy the great conversations, as well as KWardRadio.com. That's my website. Go subscribe, check it out. If you have any suggestions or anything, hey, always send me an email. I'm always open to suggestions. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and again, just to go back a little bit, I know we just had Mother's Day, so much going on. Again, happy Mother's Day, if I hadn't said it, to all the great moms out there. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. For those who also purchased my KWard Radio, mask, things about to open back up slowly but surely, but you still need to be safe. So again, let me know if you need a KWard Radio mask. I think I still have a few left. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Chase HUNA, and he's a saxophonist. He's a songwriter. His sound blends with a little pop, contemporary jazz. I'm just going to tell you, Chase has that it factor. And if you don't know Chase HUNA, shame on you. So hopefully tonight you'll get to know my friend a little bit more up close and personal. And let me just show you a snippet of why Chase HUNA has that it factor right here on Artist Talk. Hey, didn't I tell you Chase HUNA is bad? And again, if you do not know Chase HUNA, shame on you. He also has a new single out. We're going to talk about that. Bring on the Night. He released also this year, February of 2021. Again, happy Friday, everyone. I see people coming in the room. I'd like you to share the video. Hey, Rose Lady. What's up, Maurice? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's share a lot of love and let's welcome international recording artist, saxophonist, and songwriter, Mr. Chase HUNA.
Man, Jazzie K, how you doing today?
What's up, Chase? How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on. This is going to be a great conversation.
It most definitely. And I am loving the background. I'm loving the saxophone and everything in your background.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to just make it, kind of aesthetically pleasing or just, I'm
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'd like to welcome you to the show. I'm so excited to have this conversation. And just to start things off right, I am loving your latest single, Bring on the Night.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we have a few people. Hey, Maurice, we got Rose Lady from Jazz Lover Corners that's also hanging with us tonight. And again, if you have any questions or comments, place them there. And Chase and I will do our best by answering them. But, just to get the show started, Chase, so, we can go back and think about last year. It was just a lot for a lot of us. So just how have you been doing in your family during that pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, what a year for us, what a year for everybody, It was pretty crazy. I thought, everybody at the beginning of last year thought, okay, 2020, my year. And I actually ended up releasing my first Life of the Party album, Volume 1, in January of last year. And I thought, here we go, shows, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
March rolls around and you're like, ooh, So, but it's definitely, it was a bit of a challenge, just getting used to different things, getting used to performing, like just in your studio space with no one there. Usually, you perform in front of hundreds and thousands of people at a time sometimes.
Right.
And to go from that to all of a sudden you're just in your room by yourself and you're playing a song and you finish the song and there's no audience and it's like, oh, okay, that's different. But we got through that for sure. That was good. That was a good learning experience for me, and I think for a bunch of musicians that we kind of just all had to do that just to stay afloat for a little bit there. And so yeah, but all in all, last year it had its bad times, but it had definitely its good moments that came from the bad, if that makes sense. So yeah. In terms of like, I had more time, and I'm sure a lot of artists had more time to work on new music, write new music, because as musicians, that's what we do. We're just constantly coming up with ideas, coming up with just different things to show everyone, and yeah.
Right. So what I did notice about you too, Chase, is that you seem to be very innovative because you were doing a lot of you were doing a lot of live stuff on Facebook. I think I even saw your brother also on one of your live Facebook videos.
Yeah. No, it was definitely cool. I think I did it consistently from, you know what, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do it at first because I've never been a fan of putting the camera in front of me and just taking a video just of myself. I don't know why, but I was never a fan of that until I had to be last year, So I think April rolled around. I'm like, okay, everyone's doing this. I'll start doing this as well. I believe I tried to do 3 shows every week. I think it was Monday, Thursday, Saturday. That sounds right, doesn't it? Yeah. Monday. No. Tuesday, Thursday, 3 days a week, basically. And it was great, it was great to kind of show off a little bit of new music that I hadn't released and just play the new tracks from the Life of the Party album that came out last year that like we basically didn't get to do on any shows just yet. But So that was cool, doing all the live shows. Like I said, it was different for sure, but it was something we all needed because music is definitely, I saw today, and I mean, you hear this quote all the time, music is healing.
Right.
And I think a lot of people needed that, even
Hmm.
though we weren't there together,
Hmm.
um, just performing for people that were at their homes or wherever they were at that
Hmm.
needed something like that to lift up their spirits. I think that was a big reason of what drove me to, continue doing the shows and just all of that. So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right. So I'm glad you brought up about music is healing, and it truly is healing for a lot of us. But
yeah.
what music? I'm going to ask you this question too. What does music heal you from?
Wow, that's a deep question. Music heals me from, I don't know,
You know.
just maybe any negative emotion might be having. So say I'm having a bad day, right?
Right.
For
Mhm.
whatever reason, I'm having a bad day. I can go in my room, I could play the saxophone, forget all about what happened that day. And I couldn't really explain to you the feeling that I get when I play, but it's just, it's healing. Literally, that's the word. To me, music will always be there. It'll never not be there for me. So music is definitely like a way to kind of clear my mind or just, make myself happy if I'm having a bad day or just something's going wrong in my life. Maybe you know,
That's
whatever. Music will always be there for me, and I'll always be there for it.
what Chase. What's your thoughts on For me, of course, I'm much older than you, but when you think about technology, let's say 20 years ago, social
Yeah.
media and all of this, really wasn't, as facet as it is today. What's your thought on the
Yeah.
impact of, music and social media?
I think okay, it's definitely got its positives, but it's also got its negatives. And I was just talking with someone about this the other day about streaming, actually. So I'll start with social media.
Mhm.
Social media for artists, I believe, is very very great because we can promote ourselves better than we ever could. Maybe say 40 years ago you heard songs on the radio and you discovered bands that way, or it was like a word of mouth thing, or you saw them in the newspaper. We didn't have phones. We couldn't learn about another saxophone kid in Europe. Like that just doesn't happen back then. But nowadays we have this technology, we have these ways of communicating where we can literally, watch a live stream concert from across the world in Japan if we wanted to right now. And it's just, that's an incredible way for musicians to kind of just, I don't know, expand their brand, I think is the way I'd say it. Just gaining a bigger following is definitely an advantage for artists with social media. And the other part that maybe, I mean, it's another good thing, but definitely is a game changer is like streaming, right? So say you have a Spotify account. I just made a Spotify account, I think last week. I never had one until now. And I didn't realize you could stream every single song that has ever been written ever
Right.
on these apps like Apple Music and Spotify. And it again, like it's so different from 40 years ago where we had these cassette tapes and CDs, vinyls, and all that.
Mhm.
And I remember, I think I was around 10 or so. I started playing saxophone at 10, and it was around that time when streaming kind of became a thing with music. And I was like, oh, what's that going to look like? And, 11 or so years later, here we are. I think the person I was talking to said 85% of music that's listened to on a daily basis by people is, streamed. Not
Right.
too many people, not too many people buy CDs even. Like, it's funny. Obviously, I've got a bunch of younger friends and I have CDs to hand them out at shows or sell them at festivals and such. And I gave them to a couple of my friends the other night and they said, I don't even have a CD player in my car. And
Right.
that's when I was like, ooh, times have changed, It's just like crazy. Everyone's just kind of, they hook up their Bluetooth to their car and just play their music, play what they want to hear. And I definitely think that's kind of limited the exposure of new artists in a
Right.
way to kind of how I said, like, my friends want to listen to what they want to. So if they want to listen to Drake, if they're a big Drake fan, they're just
Right.
going to listen to Drake. If they're Nicki Minaj or like Ariana Grande, they're just going to listen to that. I feel like kids my age aren't very, I mean, there are some kids that are like to learn about different new artists and maybe new genres even. But I think streaming is kind of took a toll on at least like making money off CD sales for right now, because CD sales and vinyl sales, that was a big deal. And now it's like artists don't get too much from Apple Music and streaming, and it's a completely different deal now.
It most definitely. So you had a few comments. Smooth Gerard said, music is very therapeutic. Rose Lady Edmond said, social media was an advantage for fans too. That's how we learn about a lot of the artists. And also, I love a physical CD in my hand.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Trust me, I do too. Like that's the thing is, it's really interesting because I've got certain audiences where, yes, they love the vinyl, they love the CD, but then I've also got, and this kind of like relates to the audiences that I try to sell my music to. So it's not like your typical smooth jazz. It's more groovy, it's more energetic, kind of a youthful feel. So I try to sell that to like a younger crowd as well. But then, they're not the CD type. They don't like having the physical CD. They just like, oh, we're going to stream it. We're going to YouTube it. We're going to look it up on Apple Music and play it. So it's different, but I do like, handing out CDs to people and just kind of saying, here's my work, that type of thing.
Right. Hey, Gerald said, that's right. We want real music again. And a lot of my friends, Chase, they would look at me because when I open the CDs, I actually open up the book and I read each song, the artist, composer, the writer, the thank yous. I just like reading that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's great. It's great, learning who wrote the song with whoever the artist might be. So, and just reading, the little, it's not called a biography, but it's, the little kind of thank you section in the CD, just reading that and kind of getting into the artist's mind, knowing what they were thinking during the writing process and just the making of the CD. It's really interesting. I'm into that too. I definitely, whenever I get a CD, that's the first thing I actually turn to is, I just read, what their experience was like making that CD, making that music.
That's right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning into the show, welcome to Artist Talk. We're talking with international recording artist and saxophonist Chase HUNA. We're going to take a short break and we're going to have a performance from Chase right here on Artist Talk.
Hi, this is Jazzie KWard, your host for Saturday Jazz Affair on FM 90.7 WVAS. Join me for a new segment of Artist Talk. That's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time each Saturday on WVAS. We're going to talk to artists about their music, have great conversation, and much more. That's on Artist Talk on 90.7 FM WVAS. Of course, you can stream the show via WVASFM.org. I hope you can tune in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Artist Talk. We're talking with saxophonist Chase HUNA, who is hanging out. Again, I'm just loving Chase. He's out there in California. They know how to party out there in California. Chase know how to party. So, Chase, this next track that you're going to perform, any story behind this particular song? Because I absolutely love it.
What's what's the song?
Back to
What's the
back.
song? Back to back. So yeah, yeah. Oh, of course there's a story. There's a story with every song, but this one is really cool. When I first got the idea of Life of the Party in my head, I think it was definitely a few years ago, probably 2018, and that's when I decided I wanted to be a little more than smooth jazz. I wanted to add my youthful feel and kind of groove R&B,
Right.
soulful jazz, but
Right.
just make it energetic at the same time. So the original plan was to have two CDs come out in 1 year, and we all know how last year went. So I had more time to work on the material on this new one that came out in February, Life of the Party Volume 2. And
Mhm.
this track, Back to Back, is the kickoff song, first song on the album.
Right.
And Back to Back just kind of relates, Volume 1, Volume 2, back to back.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's check
Yeah.
out saxophonist Mr. Chase HUNA with Back to Back. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Well, welcome back. I guess we were having some technical difficulties with the sound. So my producer let me know when we can get it back together. So Chase, I'm gonna ask you, are you with a label? Are you an indie artist?
I currently am an indie artist. I was on a label with actually Steve Oliver. Um,
Okay.
he produced my very first record. It was called On the Chase, and at the time I was signed to his label, SOM Entertainment.
Okay.
And just from then, I've just been an indie artist, just producing my own music, writing my own music, and I enjoy it. It's great.
Okay. What's been some of
Yeah.
the challenges, being on a label versus being an indie artist for you?
Um, I don't have too many stories about that because I haven't experienced enough of either side. I guess I've experienced more of the indie side than just the
Okay.
record label side of things.
Okay.
But being an indie artist, you have the freedom to do whatever you want. You're not
Mm.
locked down. And I mean, my record deal a couple of years ago wasn't like a serious, like, oh, you're locked in for however many years. I mean, there are deals like that, but this one was just kind of a friendly agreement for the first album.
Okay.
But I've always kind of been an indie artist, and I do enjoy it because I really have the freedom to write the music that I think that I enjoy. I get to do that. Um, what else? It's just a freedom type of
It's
thing.
different.
You're not locked into any complications or, sharing, oh, you have to 50% goes to the record label and 50% goes to you, that type of thing. Um, when you're an indie artist, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty nice. Just, I'm sure one day, I'll probably be on a record label, some type of, whether I don't know which, but for now I just, I'm young. I enjoy being an indie artist. It's nice.
So, and I'm glad that you mentioned the word freedom in there. So, when I say the word freedom,
Hmm.
tell me three things for Chase that comes to your mind on the word freedom.
Okay. In terms of like music, so
Mhm.
I'd say producing. I have
Yeah.
the freedom to make whatever changes I want in the writing process. It's so nice. Um, Playing style.
Hmm.
I can really express, the sound that I like. I have a certain
Mhm.
Not super edgy tone with my saxophone and everything, but I
I
don't
think
have to change it at all. You know, I could just be me, and I really that's what I've discovered the past couple of years. Is I really have enjoyed like really finding my sound.
right.
Um, so those two, and the next thing, what is it? Producing my sound and just getting to be creative with
Right,
my
right.
own stuff. You know, there's no, I do enjoy, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy like working with other artists and
Mhm.
other producers and such, but
Right.
there comes a point where, especially with these last two albums, where I've just had, you know, whatever changes were made or whatever was put into the album was solely like my say. So it's a pretty cool feeling
That's right.
to just, you know, be me on these albums.
Yeah, and I think that's what I
Yeah.
like. The freedom to create and be your authentic self, and that's
Yeah.
what I love about Chase HUNA, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. And again, if you don't know Chase HUNA, shame on you. But what we're going to do now is we're going to check
Shame
out
on you.
we're going to check out a performance from Chase right here on Art.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. That's one.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear Chase
Mhm.
HUNA on the saxophone? I mean,
Mhm.
Chase, I love your vibe. I love your energy.
Thank you, thank you. Nah, that's a
Yeah.
cool song. Just listen to it right now. I was like, grooving. That's I love that one. That's very cool.
Yeah. What's up, Ultimate Entertainment? He also said, Chase is a bad man on the saxophone. He's amazing. This lady also wanted to know,
Thank you, thank
how did
you.
you how did you enjoy playing with Nathan Mitchell recently?
Ah, yeah, yeah. So for those that maybe I'll explain who Nathan Mitchell is real quick. Nathan Mitchell is a Billboard charting keyboardist, smooth jazz keyboardist, amazing, amazing musician. I've actually known him since I think I was 14, so about 7 years now. And
Okay.
I recently did a show with him at Harvell's in Santa Monica back in, it was February. It was actually, you know what? The day after we did that live stream, that clip right there, it was the day after that. And that was
Okay.
a great show. He's got a whole lot of great music, so definitely check him out. Nathan Mitchell, if you don't know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that was a
amazing.
whole great show.
So hey, Jason Leopold. He said, "What's up, Chase?"
So you know, Jazzie K, do you know who that is?
I do not. Tell me who that is.
Jason Leopold was the bass player in that video right there.
Oh, awesome. What's up,
And
Jason?
and hey, I'm gonna use your line. If you don't know who that boy Jason Leopold is, shame on you.
Right.
So
That's right.
Jason, he's Jason Leopold, get to know this kid because he is incredible. I've known him from a very young age. He's actually younger than I am. He just turned
Oh,
20 years old. He's a phenomenal, phenomenal bass player. You can catch him on both the Life of the Party albums, and he was playing in that clip of Back to Back, and I just cannot say enough good things about Jason. So definitely check him out for sure.
okay. I definitely check Jason. And again, Jason, shame on
Yeah.
me not knowing you, Jason. Shame on me.
Hey, I just had to throw that in there real quick, but no, Jason's great.
Right.
Jason's great.
Chase, I know you've shared the stage and worked with, likes of Rick Braun, Steve Alla, Eric Darius, Richard Elliott, and many more. Who else were some of your musical influences?
In terms of saxophone, I've always been a Mindy Abair person. From
Oh,
from when I started playing, Mindy has always been my favorite because she's different. She is smooth jazz, but she's got more of an edgy sound for sure. She's more of like a rocker type girl, right? And
right.
she got that from touring with Aerosmith, opening for them, and then she does her blues, Mindy and the Bone Shakers, right? So she can change it up. She can do so many different genres, and I've always just admired that about her. She's not just strictly one sound. She can be multiple sounds, multiple genres. I've always thought that was so cool. So Mindy has always been my favorite. I really enjoy Brian Culbertson's music because
Oh,
again, he's another incredible smooth jazz pianist, but then if you listen to like his funk cover album,
right.
incredible. Just like the ideas that guy comes up with in terms of the groove and the funk and just the whole vibe of his CDs and music. It's just incredible. So I got to play at his festival, his Napa Valley Jazz Fest back in,
Okay.
I think it was 2017. And that was just such a blast because, everyone was there. He's always got an incredible lineup. And I was fortunate to be part of that year. So, yeah, Brian's another great one that I look up to.
That's right. So Chase, just switching gears, so a little bit, with a lot
Yeah.
going on with artists and the verses that's going on. And, I
Mhm.
know that a lot of people think, well, you kind of have to be a legend to do a verse. But if Chase HUNA was going to do a verse, now with an artist? It doesn't have to be a jazz. You know, if it's a jazz artist or another
Yeah.
artist, who would you like to do a versus
Yeah.
with?
Like a verse, like appear on their song.
A versus. Have you seen the verses they're doing with the recording artists like DJ Cassidy? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
You haven't checked. You need to check that out. It's kind of like you get to, let's say, for example,
Shame on me.
Shame on you, Chase. So they may have like two groups come together. So let's say like Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
Okay. Wow.
You know. So
All right. So if I were to do that with another artist, who would it
Right.
be?
Yeah.
It would be.
Anybody you can think of?
I would love to do something with another young artist, such as like Vincent Ingala. I think
Oh.
that'd be really cool, just to kind of bring some youth into the genre. I think that'd be a cool deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vincent's a great guy. I've gotten to play with him a couple times, and
Yeah.
I really love his style, and I think that'd be a cool one to do. Just
Yeah.
do a show with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great. So outside of, you know, music, Chase, I mean, what are some of your other hobbies?
I'm a huge basketball fan.
Okay.
Huge basketball fan. I love sports. I love cars. Just, typical guy stuff. Yeah, but I'm definitely a big basketball fan. You might kill me for saying this, but I'm a Warriors fan.
Oh,
I am definitely keeping an eye on if they're gonna, make the play-in tournament right now. So, but yeah, I'm definitely, basketball is like top of the list for me.
okay. So like if I came right now, you know, Chase, we were
Yeah.
hanging out and I got in your car, like who are you currently listening to now?
A new Drake song came out today, so I've just kind of had that on repeat for sure. So that's
Right.
probably all that we would listen to is that one song today. But on average, it kind of switches up. So like I don't typically listen to smooth jazz. I don't
Okay.
typically listen to smooth jazz. I listen more old school R&B. I really love Mint Condition. That's, I think, my favorite band of all time because of the R&B, the soul, and they add the jazz influences in there. Incredible. They've got a live album. It's called Mint Condition live at the 930 Club. I don't know exactly where that's at, but if you take a listen to that, it's all their hits throughout the years. So Fine, Breaking My Heart, What Kind of Man Would I Be? All of those live, and I just think they are an incredible group. So talented. I love Stokely. Stokely, I think, is incredible. Just, all his phrasings and just everything about that band.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of Mint Condition, for sure. So
Yeah.
we'd probably just be listening to that. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we get Chase, HUNA, and Mint Condition on a tour. Get them together, them and Drake and all.
Oh my gosh. Jazzie K, I tell you what, if that's my goal. That's my goal, to tour with or just to, just even if I was featured on a song of theirs, I think that'd be the coolest thing ever, I know a few friends that or a few recording artists that have played on like Justin Timberlake records and Ariana Grande records, saxophone players, and I think if I was able to do that, that would be a huge step for me, for sure. So that's definitely on the list of things to do in my life. Get on one of their songs or on one of their tours with them, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely can't wait because I know it's going to happen, Chase. We're going to just put that out there with Chase and Cafe. So Cafe Nouveau Contemporary Jazz Show said, we love your music, Chase.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And Rose Lady also said that it will be a hot performance with like you and Eric Darius.
Whoo! Oh gosh, I definitely can't jump as high as him just yet. He'd have to teach me that.
Mhm.
I do move around the stage quite a bit though, so like I could probably keep up with him with that. He definitely have to teach me the, he does the splits in the air and that kind of thing.
Right.
Dude's all over the place. But no, Eric, that would be a great one. What? I've gotten to perform with him once or twice, and yeah, that guy puts on a show. He's definitely, he's got great music to top it too. It's like
Right.
he's not just an entertainer, but like the music that he writes is just, and it's really cool because it's that same, high energy, funky.
Mhm.
It's not just typical, have your wine in one hand, cheese platter in the other. We're going to a smooth jazz, smooth jazz night. He is the style that I really admire. All that funkiness and all the electricity, just all of that. I think it's so cool.
That's right.
So yeah, Eric, that'd be a cool one.
Yeah, you both have like Rose Lady said, you both have a lot of energy, most definitely. So
Yeah. No, that's great.
yeah, it's kind of hard. Can you tell us, how can we continue to support Chase HUNA in your music?
Of course. Well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, any social media. I'm on all of it. So you can follow me there. You can figure out where my next shows are, what music I'm coming out with. You could stream all of my music or buy if you want to, but you can stream it all on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. It's practically available everywhere. So you can listen to my music there. I've got 3 albums out right now on the Chase: Live at the Party 1, Live at
Mhm.
the Party Volume 2, and yeah,
Yeah.
we
And
just
also,
we keep at it. We keep at it over here, and train keeps on going.
the train keeps on going. And again, make sure you check out his latest single too, Bring on the Night. Go to again, chasehuna,
Yep.
.com. And before we let you go, Chase, anyone watching this video that go back and watch the replay,
hmm
someone that wants to follow in your footsteps, what advice can you give them?
I always like getting asked this question because I didn't really have an answer for it before. Like if you asked me the same question a couple years ago, I
Mhm.
kind of had an answer, but I've got a solid one now: is be yourself. Um, don't try to be anyone. You can idolize other musicians and you can look up to other musicians, but when it comes to you, I always say be you. Be, you know, if when I was figuring out who I wanted to be as an artist, I said, okay, who is, not to like make me sound arrogant, but who is Chase HUNA? And I've definitely discovered that within the past couple of years that I'm this energetic, fun, just funky saxophonist, and that's just who I am. So if there was like a young musician that
Mhm.
went back and watched this or is even watching now, I'd say just learn who you are as a musician and be yourself,
That's right.
because
I,
that's the best way to go about it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we have a question from Smooth Gerard. She said, what
Yeah.
is your dream festival to perform at?
Dream Festival.
Mhm.
Coachella.
Vagina.
Coachella. Yeah. Funny enough, it's literally a mile and a half from my house.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Coachella is you take, what is it, Avenue 50, just about a mile down the road here, and it's literally right there. You can, when the festival's going, you could
Mhm.
hear the music from our house. It's like, it's ridiculous. But that's definitely a goal of mine. I've had a few friends, young bands like that, they're based out here, and they've actually gotten to play Coachella a couple times. And I think that would be so cool, not just to be able to play Coachella, but play my music.
Right.
That's a goal. That's a goal on the list for me. So
It's,
yeah,
that's right.
Coachella.
And Coachella, if you all are watching,
Yeah.
shame y'all for not hitting up Chase HUNA.
Yeah, no, that'll, I mean, it's
That'll
right
happen.
there. It'll eventually happen. So, yeah,
Well, again, Chase, my friend, again,
yeah.
thank you so much for coming on Artist Talk. We would love for you to come back. And do you have any performances coming up that you can tell us about?
I do have one. Okay, so I'm performing at Belvina Winery June 25th, in Temecula. And for all my friends and fans out in California, that's like hour and a half away from where I'm at here. That's my next show as of right now. I start to tour back in July. I go back out in July. I'm heading to Illinois and Ohio. I don't exactly know. It's with a different band. I don't exactly know the festivals and such, but if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, I'll be posting it once I get more details about the shows. And but yeah, right now it's out here. We can do what we do. So it's like smaller shows, like restaurant shows and lounge shows type of deal right now. But it's coming back, like you said at the beginning of the show, slowly but surely. Things are coming back, and it's all gonna come full circle, and it's gonna be good once we start playing again.
Well, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout. So whenever you get closer down this way to Alabama, and hopefully we can get you right here in Alabama or surrounding areas, we're going to make sure we come to a Chase HUNA show.
Yeah. Yes, so of course. Well, we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make the calls.
Again, Chase, thank you so much for coming on Artist Talk. I would like for you to stick around for about 2 minutes, okay?
Of course.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest tonight was saxophonist, songwriter, Chase HUNA. Don't forget, go over to chasehuna.com and support his music and support his craft. I'm your host, Jazzie KWard. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on the show, welcoming me in your homes, wherever you are across the world. Thank you so much. Join me on tomorrow on WVAS FM 90.7, a Saturday jazz affair on Alabama State University from 8 a.m. to 12 noon Central Standard Time. Go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you can catch all these great notifications. Hit the notification bell right over there. So when I go live, ding, your phone will go off. And Jazzie is on the line. As well as subscribe to the website, KWardRadio.com. If you would like to support this show, any artist that would like to be featured, my information is posted there. Any monetary support, my PayPal, Cash App, all that information is there as well. I look forward to being back with you on Monday, again on Artist Talk for another special guest. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Thank you all for all of your support. Remember, make sure you take care of yourself and be kind to others. We'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend.
A live one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya.